All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Grand Blue, Season 1, Episode 3.
We understand a bit better why Chisa loves to be underwater.
Yes. It is a wondrous place of imagination, beauty, color.
Yep.
And, maybe also it's a place where she can kind of be, alone, kind of have her own space and stuff and not have crazy naked frat boys running around and stuff like that.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
true. Because who would want that?
Yeah, exactly. Crazy drinking.
Yeah.
Feels like a good year,
Yeah.
2020.
Indeed. Yes.
Akai-san.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored at all. It being a year, 2020 is a great year. I mean, a lot of shit did go down then, but I heard none of it went into this bottle necessarily. But some good shit did, I guess. But
apparently,
yeah, exactly.
But what will we get up to this episode? Because
more Chisa Iori figuring out of the water dynamic.
Yes.
Because this is supposed to be
navigating the big wet,
diving, scuba stuff.
That's right.
Involved,
because not just
imbibing,
not just drinking. Yeah. Of course, there's also, and Nanaka also exists. So
you're gonna push that.
I will
until you have no more reason to push it. I still want to see more intense JoJo poses.
Yes,
from our boys Ryujiro and Shinji. And then I would also love to see. Yes, I would love to see Kohei. Maybe having his kind of a way that he's brought in a little bit more into Iori's life through this club that they're a part of. Or wait, is he a part of it yet?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, sweet.
They shook hands. It's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
Yep.
But maybe we'll get to see the real thing. Maybe actually go underwater in the.
Yes,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Jacob. Be good.
I was like, we've already been seeing the real thing.
You haven't had that much alcohol yet. Keep your mind.
Time. Yeah. No, that is my sober state.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, boy. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Wow. Oh my god. It's another life. You say that now. Ah!
Never say never.
Indeed. My friends!
The ocean really is beautiful.
It's also the most terrifying place on the planet.
I mean,
like just straight up. Just straight up. As someone who's basically watched the footage of those like deep sea submarines and submersibles,
there's weird shit down there.
It gets weird, man.
Yeah.
You understand how the Lovecraftian legends and books end up coming about. Yeah, just had a bit of drugs and just seeing a couple really like just decently large sea creatures, and you're like, yep, I'm good, man. But yeah, if you had a lagoon like this where it's bright, the water's super clean and clear.
Yeah, why would you want to be anywhere else?
It looks so good. Yeah.
But it's easy to get dehydrated in the water, so you got to make sure to drink plenty of fluids.
Indeed.
When you come back out.
Oh my god.
Yep. Oh. Blank slate, free pass.
Oh my god. Maybe they repel sharks. The logic that he had to go through in order to. Oh my god. Oh.
Alright.
Oh, that was perfect.
Okay.
Men's beauty pageant.
Cool.
チサは知ってたのか？
一応去年とかも。
俺はごめんです。
Not
そんな服を着て笑い物になるなんて冗談。
He says with his Dakimakura.
なあ、浩平。お前は美形だ。
Very pretty.
じゃあ俺は必要ないですよね。なぜだ？だって公平がいる
You
じゃない
have
ですか。
Kohei.
なあ、いおり。
何ですか？
お前はネタ枠だ。
Wow. Yes. Yes. Embrace it.
実際に海に出る。
大学生活が始まるとき、ワクワクした？
This is an icebreaker of sorts. Like,
そういえ
hey,
ばワクワクしてたな。
I did.
Yeah,
それなら
I used to.
Yeah.
楽しめると思う。
Oh.
Is she hiding a smile?
Yeah.
Is she hiding a smile there?
Yeah. And bump that back up. Yep.
Are they covering how panicky you can get underwater?
なぜ息を切らしてるんだ。
苦しいからです。
お前は何のためにタンクを背負ってる。
怖いんですよ。息を
Ah.
吸うってこと
That's
が。
normal.
怖い。
Okay.
はい。
Oh, it
どうした？
can't because his
大丈夫か？
mask got some water in it?
マスクの中に水が。
Okay.
付け方が緩いのかもな。
あのお客さんたち、
ああ、出張前に潜りに来たらしい。
なんか大変そうですね。
Okay.
忙しそうなのにわざわざスーツまで持ってきて。
あの人たちは貴重な金や時間を
Right. It's
使って
something
ま
that's
で潜
really
ってる。
important to them.
それってつまり、
Yeah.
ここにはそれほどの魅力が詰まっているという証拠じゃないか。
Yeah, this is not a place we could just find where we're at right now. Like,
こいつはオクトパスといって予備のレギュレーターだ。
nice.
水中で仲間が空気切れを起こした時に渡してやるんだ。
Cool.
安全確認はしっかりやった。
We're taking care of you, buddy. Yep, right. Exactly.
Unlike all the other times you've seen us, we are actually being serious.
何があろうと助けてやる。
あれ、でき
There
た。
it is.
苦しくない全然。
Wow.
これ
Whole
が
new world.
水の中、俺の
Oh,
知らなかった世界。
It's awesome. Oh my
だ
god.
よ、お前が言ってたこと。海の中で息ができるってすごいな。新しい世界。
Oh, that's so
あ
cool.
れか、宇宙に行って
Whoa, 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 whoa.
わかったから
I know,
海
negotiate.
に潜ると浮遊感とか。
できないことができるようになる喜びってやつだ。
Indeed. Now let's drink.
yeah.
I'm high.
うまい。
Now let's drink and erase any goodwill you had built up with Chisa in the
Oh
last
my god.
30 minutes.
こっちの新世界を断る理由
Oh
を
my god. Wow, the way his face just was like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
何すんですか。
wait, what?
もうちょい寝ようよ。
Ah, yes! I'm boy got laid. Oh, baby.
Oh my. Where's this old friend?
Ah!
いつものことだな。
Wow.
Never
Wow.
mind, he might not have gotten laid at all.
Yeah.
そういうことを気にする女じゃない。
Okay.
普通裸の男がいる部屋で服脱いで寝るか。
Why are they all like, you
こ
know,
いつを
so...
女扱いしているとバカを見るぞ。
Oh, that looks
good.
good. Oh,
That looks good.
oh. Oh.
やるぞ、公平。任せろ、北原。伊豆春祭の大事な話。断交のことじゃなくて。
Naked.
実はそれ絡みなんだが、伊豆春祭にはミスコンもあ
Oh,
った。
wow.
サークル予算獲得のためにちさちゃんに出てもらいたいんだ。お前らは弾痕に出る必要がなくなる。
Motivation. Yeah! Let's go!
きちんと水分補給をしないとな。
Stay
じゃあ
hydrated.
俺が飲み物を取ってきてやるよ。ほら、ウーロン茶。
Oolong
God.
tea.
北原、分かってるな。右手が酒だ。右手がチサ、左手が俺だな。ほら、チサ、飲み物。
今手が離せないから後で。じゃあ私がもらっちゃうね。
Uh-oh.
え、
まさか変なものでも入ってるの？
This is perfect.
ほら、飲めよ北原。おお、そうだな。なんてことしてく
Oh
れ。
my god, their faces.
暴力だろう。
それ
Oh, she's like, let's do it. I'll totally help you out.
Oh my god. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do, man.
Yep.
We're just gonna be in this situation together. Oh my god.
That was enthusiastic.
Yeah. She went through that quickly too.
Oh, is she the friend?
That makes sense.
Wow.
Oh no. It looks like noodles. Oh my. Right, diving. Oh my god, they will not stop.
All right.
This is amazing.
言えばかき氷シロップは特製だっつもうお腹いっぱいだから君ら二人で食べなよじいちゃん言わせて何しようとしてんの
Immediately hides behind her.
Yeah, exactly.
何かしようって言うなら私にも考えがあるけど何よ
She's so terrified.
いや
No.
こいつが全裸で土下座するから頼む上から踏
He'll
め
do
ばいい
that.
のせめて出る出ないで返事を頼む理由もちゃんと言わないとね
Right, exactly.
What? Being like a basic human being?
いやまあ絶対に嫌です予想してはいたがじゃあ最初から聞かないで
Exactly.
なんだダメだったのか予選落ちだったけどな
Oh.
Whoa.
なんで
水着を忘れて下着で出て失格になった
いろいろとすごいですね
That is amazing.
自信がないのかちょっと混ぜて
Right, right.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
てらっしゃいそりゃ負ければ脱ぐよ野球拳だもん
Right, that's only natural.
And all the guys are like,
だって乙女なんだから絆創膏貼ってるよ
wait.
Wow. Wow.
They're like, my moment has come.
脱ぐものな心配ない公平
Oh, Kohei.
キブキこの子も最高
気に入ったようで何よりだ
Yeah.
げえ逸材だろ
So talented.
スピードで勝負面白かった
Didn't have to take a thing off.
あ
Wow.
れのどこがいい子なんだか私は気に入ったけどねあの子たちちーちゃんの優勝を信じて疑わなかったでしょそれってちーちゃんが一番可愛いと思ってるからじゃ
Oh,
ない
that is maybe the case.
優勝賞金ゲットできるじゃないですかただ私にだけ恥ずかしい思いをさせようっていう考え方が気に入らないんです
Yeah.
They all do it?
いおり
Yes.
と公平のお
Yes.
かげで
That's
藤下さんが
genius.
ミスコンに出ることになった
The uniforms.
Yep. Yep.
受け取ってくれ
You still have to participate.
Yep.
Yep.
なんでだ
ちさちゃんからミスコン参加に
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh yeah.
ちょっとすっと
She
しました
totally uses that to hide her smiles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I like how you can totally tell it's the voice actors doing it, you know?
Oh, uh-huh.
So they basically are like, all right, get in the booth and do some karaoke.
Right.
Wait,
Yep.
really? Yes, really. Can we drink too? Hell yeah. Ah, sweet.
Oh, adds to the immersion.
Right. All right, we got ourselves the water, and Iori is now able to be one with it.
Exactly. One with the sea.
Indeed.
He is a sea man.
Aha,
Yep.
indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But
Um,
he did not get the ability to spread his seaman with
No.
Azusa.
Even though he thought for a second that he,
might
had,
have.
that he
Yeah.
might have, no, turns out it's not the case.
No, she's way too bold,
Mhm.
and in some ways,
Yeah.
like so bold that she probably wouldn't ever just sleep with him or something like that.
Right,
She'd just
not,
be
not
like,
with him
"Dude,
specifically.
bro. Like, why are you
Yeah.
trying to make it weird? Like,
Well-
let's just chill and drink a bunch.
And if she did, it probably would have been with one of the older two frat boys. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
but hey, that's awesome. We got a new girl in the dynamic. One that
she
I
parties
don't
with the bros, and
exactly, and one that I don't see any necessarily immediate romantic angle that they have to push onto her character.
Right.
Which is cool because in some ways Chisa already kind of fulfills that role in that she has the childhood friend in Iori.
Wait, you're telling me Nanaka doesn't fulfill that role?
You can just shut the all of that. So, point is that Iori and Chisa now had a really cool bonding moment. Iori got
great.
to show that he really understands the passion that she has for being underwater. And Chisa's like, oh, okay, but maybe you should get changed, man.
Let me cover my mouth.
Yeah, you know, it's not like I'm really happy that you really enjoy the water or anything. Baka.
Right. One of the things that I love about Chisa is how we can see how much she cares about diving and how that is a connection point for her and Iori when she hardly talks at all. Right. When it's not about that. Right.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that there will be some connection point for them to be able to potentially, start liking each other when there are plenty of things to keep Chisa from liking Iori already because of all the antics. So having something really strong like that, it helps.
Yeah, because there's the moments where in this episode, they're like, oh, uniforms. And they're like, she's like, hentai. And they're like, no, it's for diving. She's like, oh, diving?
Oh,
wait,
okay.
What?
And
she immediately basically says, that whole thing, I'm going to believe you, and that it is actually about diving.
Yep, it's the magic word, diving. Yeah. There you go.
So there you go. And what I like about it is if you're gonna have characters in this show, they're gonna have their shticks, right? Have one of them be something that's surrounding a passion that's independent of the characters themselves,
right? Because because I feel like a lot of times shticks can feel forced because people are varied, right? Yeah. They will have their things that they are their go-to sort of like things that they do for fun or whatever.
Right.
But when it comes to the passions, I feel like it becomes a lot more sort of one note where it's just that thing that they're just like, no, I know it's almost silly how I'm obsessed with this one thing, but that's how it is, Yeah,
exactly.
And anytime someone brings it up, anytime someone talks about it, they're like, yep, all right, I'm on board. Let's do this. Let's explore this,
Yeah. And in this case here, we end up in a situation where we then meet a new character who her shtick is that she's shameless.
Yep.
She's
confident.
She's realized. I love her. She's wonderful. And in some ways, what makes her so great is that she deduces quite quickly through perception in a lot of ways just what these stupid bakas are kind of up to.
To be fair,
it's not that
take
hard.
Much. Yeah,
no, that's true. That's true. But someone that can jump in with the frat boys with Ryujiro and Shinji. I loved how she called them Koto and Toki.
Yeah. It's like that was kind of super comfortable with them. Yeah.
Was it actually Koto or was it like
Kobuki she had some kind of nickname for them.
Yeah, that was really cool, just the way that she's like, "Oh yeah, these two guys,
Yeah.
I'll get that here really quick.
Oh yeah, there it was.
Toki and
Buki.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
So it is the beginning of Shinji's last name and then the end of Ryujiro's last name.
Right.
Or that might be actually just a hyphenated version of their first name. It's always weird understanding which one is the first and last name in Japanese.
But new character to add to the cast. Great. I love her. And it's someone to add to the list of female characters that can, talk with the gals and everything without it necessarily be something where it's touching on that whole aspect that exists from Nanako to Chisa.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
also,
I'll keep bringing that up.
Right. Also, I just think that she'll get along really well with the main two boys in Iori and Kohei.
Yep.
Also, I just loved the skit thing of they need to enter the male beauty pageant because we need money to cover the cost of supplies for our club.
Because diving is expensive.
It's a very expensive hobby. So you see these businessmen show up and they're in suits and they're like excited. They're freaking out, like really excited to do this.
Let's do this and, then I can go to work. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is something that not only is something that's sought after, it's something that's expensive and sought after, meaning that it would be very easy for Iori and Kohei to take for granted what they have access to as a club.
Right.
And yet, over the course of the show, I'm guessing this will be something that will drive Iori and Chisa to be able to connect more and more as he begins to appreciate what he has access to.
Right. There's a reason you use this as the premise for an anime. Exactly. Not just because it's an excuse for all the drinking and the partying and all that stuff, but because
that's part of it.
Underwater is borderline like a fantasy world.
It kind of is.
It is crazy. Yep. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. It's wondrous. And the fact that they have the opportunity to experience it like this is something that most people do not have. Like, even if you're on the ocean, you don't just get a beautiful spot like that.
Yeah, I do not have the option to do this really in any way whatsoever, with even being close to the water in a lot of ways.
Yeah, we're fairly close to the ocean as far as, people in the US go, but like we're on the West Coast, so it's all frigid, cold and everything, and you would never want to do any kind of diving, right? No. Like, so, that's just one thing where it's like, yeah, we're close, but nope. We never do stuff like this over here.
We're close to Hawaii. That's where it would have to be, basically.
It's a shorter plane flight to Hawaii,
Yeah, than it is to go down to the Caribbean.
Right, so living just on the water like that.
Yep, exactly.
That's, oh boy.
Yep. I really love how much this anime leans on just ridiculous faces and art style changes for the faces and such.
Yep.
But given that we have Azusa brought into the story as well, I can see where a lot of her goofy faces coming into things as well could lead to a lot of hilarity.
Yep.
The practically JoJo poses from the main two boys as they're trying to set up this whole thing of trying to get Chisa drunk. It's freaking hilarious.
I'm really glad that they didn't actually end up getting Chisa drunk. Like,
well, yeah, that's something that, if anything, will probably be a big character moment for her, like way later in the story, where she chooses to get really drunk with them because she actually trusts them,
and is able to like loosen up and relax and
exactly, yeah. So that'll be really fun.
Yep.
I also love the idea that they got drunk, and all of the guys end up completely naked. But freaking Kohei is straddling his Dakimakura.
Yep.
Like, his whole shtick of being the
I used to be an otaku.
Yeah, otaku. Yeah.
Oh my
Ex-otaku. It's like, the delusion is too damn high. But I love that he always is wearing that t-shirt. He's always making references to this whole thing, even though it's not based on his words. It's just based on his actions. So...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I really appreciate that we have finally, in a comedy anime, a character that is just openly just obsessed with his, with his 2D waifus.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a thing where, in a lot of the things where it's maybe like, I don't know, I'm thinking like Kazuma from Konosuba.
Oh, sure.
Where like, he's definitely, in the whole, oh, yes, my waifu's kind of character. But he's not going to be a realistic character in terms of how he would be portrayed in the real world.
But Kohei is very realistic.
Oh, Kohei, I've met people like Kohei. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome.
So one of the things that I've heard about this show is that the manga is ridiculously good. Like in some ways that even though the anime adaptation is really good, that it still couldn't come close to the manga just because the manga is that good, right? And with how some of the jokes in this episode were coming across, I am really curious to see what it's like in the manga as far as the timing of the punchlines and everything. Because there were certain points where like, I can't remember what the exact moment was, but where like they started thinking for a second, like, all right, what's going on? And the timing slowed down for a bit, And I'm really, really curious to see how that works when it's just you turn a page and then you see what's next instantly.
Right. I think what it is that it's primarily the dramatic art style kind of faces there.
Sure.
And it shows that the animation is kind of, minimal when it comes to the actual, like, anime. It's more specifically just transitioning between these little art panels of sorts where then they have them like going
right,
like,
and then when they show the ocean then they're like, all right,
now
visuals, let's make this gorgeous.
Stuff.
That
could probably be it.
But oh boy,
we got some setup for how they're going to be doing a festival of sorts,
right? Because even in an anime like this, you need to have a festival.
Yep. And this one is going to have a beauty pageant for both the men and the women.
I'm really glad it ended that way.
Means that we're getting the best of both worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Which I can't wait for.
That's going to be wonderful.
So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general. And you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
That's right. Wrote a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines. It's pretty cool. And if you're interested, it's on Amazon. The link is in the description down below.
Yeah, so say any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.